podcast. It's crazy.
Welcome back, everyone, to BBB Sharing. I'm Evie, Director of Ignite, sparked by BBB. And today I have two very special guests who responded to a Facebook ad about coming in to do a podcast with us. Gentlemen, I don't know anything about you, so I'm going to leave the open mics to you so you can introduce yourself and tell me what you do and what your story is.
Hi, I'm Joshua Distortion Fields. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. I'm 39. I dabble in music, film, and just making cool videos because I like to make cool videos. I have worked on films like Fetching Water, which won a couple awards. I've also put out my own mini-series called Belly of the Beast, which is on YouTube. And I'm working on some other film stuff. And I have a new music out for my artist called Icy Culture. You can check them out on all streaming platforms.
Awesome. And you brought a friend with you, too.
Yes. This is my beloved, my boyfriend, Trey Boswell.
How y'all doing? I'm 27. I'm from Richmond. I currently work as a security guard. I don't really have anything fantastic to really add. Honestly, I'm kind of boring. I am trying to go back to school. I did stop. I kind of got a little lazy. So
It's okay. School's hard.
Yeah.
My mom asked me, she said, "Are you going to go back to finish your master's?" And I was like, "No." I was like, I think I'm kind of done now. I got enough on my plate.
I feel like people think they need to go to school a lot, but I feel like the fact that we have the internet, it has, in my opinion, broken that line between going to school and paying a bunch of money to a job you may not get.
I think the key difference now is not whether or not you have access to learning. Everyone has access to learning now. It's almost impossible not to have access to it. I think the difference is, are you going to have that discipline to sit down and learn the things you want to learn?
True.
You know, instead of paying for like gen ed classes for 2 years.
Yeah, and I've seen so many different like ads on YouTube and different stuff where you can pay like $6 a month and get like high level education from some of the top tier people in the industry. And
I love Masterclass.
Yeah.
I love
That is
Masterclass.
dope. Yeah, I've seen
I
that.
share it with my sister. I have an account. I share it with my sister.
Great stuff. And they even have stuff on there for film. Everything you can think of is on there. And it's done by people that actually do it. So that's what makes it even better. Because I feel like when people go to college, I feel like it's a jaded experience because even though you're learning about a lot of stuff, it's weird to actually do it finally. And I feel like a lot of people, at least that I've talked to that went to college, most of the stuff they went to college for, they don't even work in that field.
Broadcast journalism. I mean, I guess technically you could say I am doing what I studied in school, but mostly not because I minored in political science.
Oh, okay.
So I thought that I was going to be like on the news, right?
Like political analysts.
Political,
talking to
yeah.
all those
And then
dudes.
I graduated. Actually, my graduation was right when COVID hit. We were all quarantined.
Oh.
And I was like, no,
Nah.
forget this.
You saw how wild the guy. You was like,
I was like,
I'm good.
Hard pass on that
I'm
one.
gonna step back a little bit. But I realized that you can still do journalists though, but because I found like a lot of people that still do like they I guess wanted to pursue it, but you know, went a different route and they do like their kind of own little podcast, but still do like news and stuff like that and give you information that mostly the mainstream news don't give you and stuff. Because I ain't gonna lie, I found out a lot of stuff just by following certain people.
Mainstream news is really, really toxic right now. But one of the things that you didn't mention is people going their own route. I love seeing some of the people that have like shifted their platforms to YouTube.
Yeah.
So now they have their podcasts on YouTube. And I just enjoy watching it more. I can watch it in my free time. I can, pick and choose what I want to listen to.
Yeah.
Whereas kind of like the news is just the news. Like you got to sit there. And
you definitely can tell that everybody's getting paid off.
Yeah.
And everybody's pushing some type of agenda on each side. And I'm just like, what about the people?
Right? What happened to like news being you had social responsibility, you had to give the facts, and that was it. Like what people did with it afterwards is...
I think after a while, once we start hitting that $1 billion margarine, in America, and with a lot of things, I feel like it just the money trickled out so much to so many people, and everybody was getting paid a lot of money. So they was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go with these guys.
I have an unpopular opinion
What?
that most people don't like. Personally, I think that it should not be legal for non-media companies to purchase media companies.
I agree too.
It tends to be an unpopular opinion, but I just think that that's a different type of industry that there's too much of an agenda and a biases attached to outside corporations purchasing up these media companies. And so that tends to affect like the gatekeeping.
Oh, yes. And you see it in different aspects and stuff like that. But I feel like sometimes people rather have that because they feel like this corporate entity, rather they did something. Oh, wow.
Hey, you know what? That ringtone is way better than the ringtone. Oh, you're good. The ringtone my boss has is a barking dog.
Hello? Yo, bro, I'm actually in the podcast right now. I'm in the podcast right now, man. I'll talk to you once you get here, bro. Oh man. So he was supposed to come, but he woke up late, and his car needed to jump. So because it's freezing cold outside.
Don't even get me started on cold. I don't want to talk about it. Look, it's a little late. I have October to slowly get used to the cold. November gets a little colder. Now it was just like hot, cold immediately, and I'm like, I'm not ready to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and take my dog out yet. Yeah,
and then we had those like weeks where it was cold as hell in the morning, and then at night it like maybe get really warm.
Yeah,
daytime too, like midday, like 12-3, like it's 80 degrees. I remember we hit like 106 a couple of weeks ago.
I'd walk out of the office wearing this and being like, was I confused when I woke up this morning? Like, how sleep deprived am I that I didn't realize how hot it was outside? But one of the things that I want to get back to focusing on is what you want to do in the future. You're doing a lot of music. You worked in some film stuff, which is awesome. Where are places where people can like collectively find your work and what you do? And what do you want to do in the future?
My stuff is randomly all over the internet. Some of this stuff I don't even know how to get to. I just know that it's out there. That's all I know. Now, I do know with most of my music, you can find it on like Apple Music and stuff like that. And a lot of the stuff I do post on my Instagram, Danger Distortion. And Icy Culture, you can literally find it on Instagram, Facebook, Threads and stuff like that. I even have a Snapchat too, even though I don't really post on that.
I can't remember the last time I used Snapchat.
Yeah. But and the stuff that I'm working on, I'm actually doing a film later this year. I'm going to be actually an actor in that.
Cool.
And that's going to be shooting, I believe, in March. Oh yeah, we're going to start shooting in March 1st. And I can't wait. This is actually my first film in like a while. So
really,
yeah. And the person that actually got me the role was a person that actually was an actor in my show Belly of the Beast. He was one of the characters, and so that actually worked out. He got his film off the ground, so now I got an invite. So I'm happy to be there.
So Belly of the Beast, what's that about?
I wrote, me and my brother and my best friend, Patrick, we wrote this thing around the time when like COVID first hit. And we was thinking of a story of like, cause we was watching a lot of TV and just seeing like all the, how would I say, craziness of it all. Because one thing I noticed instantly when, people got like, basically locked down and everybody was inside. A lot of people lost their freaking minds.
They did. Oh, big time.
And so I was seeing this in such a like sporadic way. And it was like months and months of this, just like people just going crazy. And it wasn't just in America. It was happening all over the world. And so I thought, like, let's maybe tell a story about a person going through that time and, like, trying to just survive, like, through the COVID nightmare of just the craziness, people just trying to survive, just trying to eat, you know. And so it kind of, I based it off kind of like a person in desperation, even though I'm not going to lie, the way it came out does not look like that because a lot of things changed because some people didn't show up, and so the film itself does not, how would I say, reflect what I just said. Because I was going for that, but it changed because a lot of things changed with people not showing up and everything. So things had to change. But other than that,
during that time, I'm sure it was hard too to get everybody. Yeah.
But it was very planned out and everything. We planned months and months in advance, got actors and everything like that. We even, like, because, like, before we even filmed, I think for a whole good year, we were just looking for locations. And, like, most of the locations we found fell apart or the person didn't own the business no more. It was different. It was a lot of different things. And then, so we just decided we're gonna shoot in some areas in Richmond. We're gonna do some guerrilla filming. We know some areas that we could use for, like, just outside shot, indoor shots. So we rented a place in Petersburg to do the club scene, which was this training camp for basically all the police and some military up in Petersburg. I didn't even know that until we, like, was looking around the area and seeing all these pictures, and, like, these was like I think they were all like Navy SEALs or something.
Really?
Like, yeah. But they were cool guys though. But the other scenes, like the beginning parts of Belly of the Beast, we also shot in New York and New Jersey.
Oh, I love New York. I got family in New York.
I like New York for like it's aesthetic, but I would never live there.
I couldn't live in New York. I see my family and I'm like, okay, this is nice living in La La Land for a weekend, and then coming back to reality and being like, huh, okay.
Yeah, because, like,
thank God there's no New York traffic here.
Ooh, oh my God. And I didn't realize, like, I knew I was going to see some crazy stuff because, like, I've been to New York a couple of times, but it was like just passing through and stuff. But that was my first time, like, really being in New York. And I was like, I remember when I got there, I was like, before I leave, I want to see some New York crazy stuff. I was like, we always see videos, but I want to see it live and in person.
Yep.
Because I was like, I don't feel like it's New York without some New York crazy stuff. It was like, so, like, I was actually looking forward to it. And then, but I didn't see nothing. I think the weirdest thing I saw was, like, we was in, like, Times Square, and there was this guy dressed as, like, a pixie with, like, pixie wings.
Times Square is weird. I think that's our cue to wrap it up.
Oh, okay.
Guys, thank you so much for coming, Joshua and Trey. I hope I can get you back in here. Hopefully you get your own podcast in here one day.
Oh, I definitely will.
You will. So you guys heard that. If you're listening, please make sure to follow us on YouTube. It's BBB Central VA. And make sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Really helps the algorithm out. And if you're listening on Spotify, BBB Sharing. Thank you.
Bye.